Hi, my name is Shelley Rottenberg, and I'm from Burlington, Ontario. A time when a change in my circumstances altered my perceptions was in March of 2021. The Atlanta spa shootings, which involved the killing of six Asian women, had just taken place. This occurred 1 year into the pandemic when anti-Asian hate had already been on the rise. As a transracial Chinese adoptee, I remember feeling extremely confused. I have lived in Canada since I was 8 months old. I was raised by a single Jewish mother in a predominantly white area. Growing up, I felt very white because of how disconnected I am from my Chinese culture. I have never experienced any direct forms of racism or discrimination because of how I look. Though in 2021, I came to the realization that my adoptee identity, my last name, my mom's ethnicity, and my upbringing, which had sheltered me all these years, was not a guaranteed safeguard. Being blamed for COVID-19, being verbally or physically assaulted, or even being killed no longer seemed so distant. For the first time in my life, I thought to myself, this could happen to me. So the confusion I felt after hearing about the violence against people who looked like me stemmed from the dichotomy between how I perceived myself and how others perceived me. I also experienced imposter syndrome, which caused me to wonder if I was even Asian enough to feel sad or angry, to grieve amongst a community I didn't feel a part of for most of my life, and to speak out against anti-Asian hate when I hadn't personally experienced it myself. In June of 2022, a young Asian woman was lit on fire while on a city bus in Toronto, and she later died in the hospital. The police said the attack was random and they believed it was racially motivated. Once again, the thought of this could happen to me crossed my mind. Though this time I'm no longer confused and I accept that my feelings, whatever they may be and however complicated, are valid. While my rude awakening from the previous year did unlock an unfortunate new fear in me, I do believe that knowledge is power. Now I have a greater understanding and perception of my cultural and racial identity in this world, and that is just as much a part of my lived experience as my other identities as an adoptee, a young woman, and a Canadian. And just as my perceptions have changed over time, I choose to stay hopeful that maybe for those who have hate in their heart, they might change their perceptions one day too. And the first step to stopping or unlearning bias, discrimination, and hate is to creating empathy. And I believe that that's exactly what we're all doing here at Threads Cultural Conversations as we share stories through spaces such as these. So thank you so much for listening to my story.